The last domino. Let's talk about something important that is critical in this last phase of the recession that we're moving into. Understanding exactly where we're at and what we need to keep our eyes on to see when the very last domino is going to fall. So, people probably don't realize that the top 10% pay for 50% of all expenditures, consumer spending in the United States of America. And here you can see 40% of those top 10 earners, they're boomers. 33% of them are Gen X, 23% are millennials. Good job, millennials. And 4% are Gen Z because Gen Z is just getting started. But this shows also the ethnicity breakout. Here it shows that credit and debit card spending among the middle and higher income earners really has been pretty strong, but we can see a trend in the chart that it's been turning down, and that's because of the current economic situation and financial stress. Now, here's something that's really scary is that affluent shoppers, which is the top 10%, they're using pay later options, buy now, pay later, not just for stuff like Gucci, but also for groceries. And that's where things get scary. And finally, we see that the higher income households, that top 10%, the amount of them receiving unemployment payments has accelerated in March and in April. So when you have the top 10% that does half of all spending in America starting to get unemployment, starting to use buy now, pay later because they can't afford the expenditure right now. They're still maxing out their credit cards. You can see in the data, they're feeling the financial pinch. And the recession hasn't even fully expanded yet. It's just getting started. But these trends show what's happening. The lower income class has already been hit hard. They've been in a recession for a while. The middle class, half of them have been in a recession since last year. The other half entered the recession this year. The affluent consumer, that top 10%, which is estimated to be between $250,000 and $350,000 a year, that's the beginning entry amount of income to even be considered into that range. They're suffering right now, and it's getting worse. And the affluent consumer is the last leg of this economy. That leg is 50% of the economy, but it's the last leg. And when that leg goes, and when the affluent consumer tightens their belt and says, no more, we need to save, we're feeling hurt, we're losing our jobs, financial conditions are getting too tight, we need to save money, we need to buckle up, that is when the last leg of the recession will begin. And that is when everybody on Wall Street, in the news, in the alternative media, in the White House, in the government, all over the world, the central banks are going to be saying, now we've got a problem. But it's already started. I've shown you the data. Everybody constantly asks me, show me the receipts. There are the receipts in the video for you because I don't want you to keep bothering me about it. So that's what we're watching right now, month after month, quarter after quarter. How is the affluent consumer doing? Because when they start truly falling, everything's going to fall with them.